Hey, good morning. It's Mark here with another morning rant. It's 4 o'clock. I've been up since 2:30 really. But look here. Let's get to the news. Okay. Yesterday I did a video on Joe Manchin killing the Build Back Better plan. And I broke down his state being one of the poor states in the union, and how they need this Build Back Better plan more than any other state in the United States. But now we know why. We know why he broke down, because that stuff he gave on the Sunday talk shows was BS. Excuse me. We now know why he decided against this bill. Let's go to the news report.
Just got to the wit's end, and they know the real reason what happened. They won't tell you, and I'm not going to, because
Wait. You said they know the real reason. They're not going to tell us. You're not going to tell us. What do you mean? What's the real?
Well, the bottom line is there's basically, and it's staff. It's staff driven. I understand staff. It's not the president. It's the staff. And they drove some things, and they put some things out that were absolutely inexcusable. They know what it is, and that's it.
So we know that the reason why he killed this bill, the real reason, because again, go back to my yesterday's podcast. He talked about this. He talked about how he was a no, but he didn't talk about this. And now he goes on a West Virginia show, because the Sunday shows was national, and most people don't really watch national shows. And let me rephrase that. A lot of people do watch national shows, but he wanted to try to pick off those people who probably missed the national shows and didn't watch it in Virginia. So he goes to a radio station in Virginia, and he spouts in West Virginia, and he spouts that bull. He tells the people the truth, that his bull is the truth, that it was a staff issue. The White House staff put out some stuff in the media against my staff, and that's why I'm killing the bill. I'm going to deny you the ability to take lead pipes out of your city. I'm going to deny you infrastructure. I'm going to deny you roads, bridges, trains, train tracks. I'm going to deny you paid family leave. I'm going to deny you a universal basic income. I'm going to deny you all of this because of a staff issue, because my staff didn't like the way it was treated by Joe Biden's staff. That's why he's killing this bill, because my staff feelings were hurt. My staff feelings were hurt. This is why he's killing Biden's agenda, because his staff's feelings were hurt. Let's go to another report here, because he expounded.
And Senator Manchin spoke just a short time ago on West Virginia radio to try to explain his position, and he made it clear, Kate, that this wasn't just one or two provisions that he was opposed to, but on a macro level. He had deep concerns about passing a bill this large at this time, and he said he never really was that close to getting a deal with the White House. Here's what he said.
I'm not blaming anybody. I knew where they were, and I knew what they could and could not do. They just never realized it, because they figured, surely to God we can move one person. Surely we can badger and beat one person up. Surely we can get enough protesters to make them uncomfortable enough. They'll just say, okay, I'll vote for anything, just quit. Well, guess what? I'm from West Virginia. I'm not from where they're from, and they can just beat the living crap out of people and think they'll be submissive. Period.
So he was going to be a no regardless. He was going to be a no regardless. But it was just, the tipping point was that my staff's feelings were hurt. He knew where they were. They were at $7, $8, $9 trillion. He got them down to 1.7, and he was still a no. But listen to this. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. They already voted for his infrastructure plan. The plan was, the holdout was Nancy Pelosi and the Republicans. That was a bipartisan infrastructure bill that was passed in the Senate. It had gone to the House. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats said, we ain't touching that bill until you approve our $3.5 trillion plan. We're going to put these bills together. Joe Manchin was like, no, take care of that infrastructure bill first, and we'll negotiate a little bit further on this bill. Now, mind you, he told you he was already a no. He was never gonna. Do I need to find it? Give me a second. I want to say this is it. No, let's see. Let's see.
Characterizations of my position since the president left the House Democrats last Thursday, and I would like to make an attempt to clear up any confusion about where I stand on the legislation that's working its way through Congress.
Let's see.
In all of my years of public service, and I've been around for a long time, I've never seen anything like this. Last week, Speaker Pelosi urged the importance of voting and passing the BIF bill before the president took the world stage overseas, and still no action. In my view, this is not how the United States Congress should operate, or in my view, has operated in the past. The political games have to stop. Twice now, the House has balked at the opportunity to send the BIF legislation to the president.
Now, BIF is bipartisan infrastructure bill. He's worried about that bipartisan infrastructure bill.
As you've heard, there are some House Democrats who say they can't support this infrastructure package until they get my commitment on the reconciliation legislation. It is time to vote on the BIF bill, up or down, and then go home and explain to your constituents the decision you made. And I've always said, if I can't go home and explain it, I can't vote for it, and if I can, I will. I've worked in good faith for 3 months.
He has not worked in good faith. He was already a no. Do y'all need to go back to the report? He was never going to vote for this bill. So he said he was in good faith. He was not operating in good faith. He just said, where is it? Was it this one? No, it was the other lady.
I'm not blaming anybody. I knew where they were, and I knew what they could and could not do. They just never realized it because they figured, surely to God we can move one person.
So this tells you that he never operated in good faith. He was always a no. He was always a no. But you go back to this other video here, and it's saying that, he goes back to this. Where did I lose it? He goes back to that other video.
The past 3 months, with President Biden, Leader Schumer, Speaker Pelosi,
he's operated in good faith
on the reconciliation bill, and I will continue to do so. For the sake of the country, I urge the House to vote and pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Holding this bill hostage is not going to work in getting my support for reconciliation bill.
We never had his support.
For the last 3 months, I've been straightforward about my concerns that I will not support a reconciliation package that expands social programs and irresponsibly adds to our $29 trillion in national debt that no one seems to really care about or even talk.
All right, now, I'm glad he said that. Let's go back, because there's a reason. There's a reason why he won't vote for that reconciliation package. And I think, give me a second. This is it. Well, I think this is the one.
Manchin was upset with what he perceived as, quote, incivility from the White House, despite Biden and White House officials holding numerous private meetings with him. There's also new reporting Manchin had some private concerns he might prefer to keep private. Manchin reportedly thought parents would waste the monthly child tax credit payments on drugs. He reportedly worried West Virginians were abusing paid leave, using it to go hunting during deer season. It's the monthly child tax.
Now, excuse me, people. Throat still jacked up. Now, he also had private reservations. He believed, gotta make myself bigger here. He believed West Virginians, this is for you. He believed that you would do two things with the bill, with the money that you got. He believed that you would spend your money on drugs. He believed, West Virginians and people across this country, he believed that the extra money that you got, that you would spend it on drugs, and that time off that you were going to get, you were going to make babies to get time off so you can go hunting. You're going to make a baby to get that paid time off so you can go hunting, in addition to buying drugs. Worst, let's see, worst drug using state. States with the worst drug use. Can't really trust this website because it's not like, gotta vet this website. But what do they have on here? See, that's why you can't trust it, because it's like a lot of advertisements. ScottsdaleRecovery.com got them listed as fourth in drug use. Let's see. Let's go here. Scottsdale Recovery. Don't. Excuse me. This is May 28th. And I talked to my wife about this expansion thing. It's cool, but the reason why it's so controlled here, it's so spaced out here, there's a reason why that is. Hit me up and I can let you know about it. Oh, you know what? I will. Real quick. Just give me a second, real quick. And this is why this morning rants. So shut up and listen. The reason why the United States look the way it looks right now is because if you look here, the New England area, the Virginia area, the Southern area, if you look over here where all this highlighted, the lights are, that's because prior to the invention of oil and gas and gasoline and automobiles, cities were built close. If you look at places like London, Paris, they're built like in walking distance. Everything was in walking distance. So walking, horse, buggy, horse, everything was real close. It wasn't until the invention of, Rockefeller took kerosene, and the byproduct of kerosene was gasoline. When he took that and put it inside the motor car, it expanded the country. And that was around right up in here, right in this area right here. And then once you get the advent of automobiles and Henry Ford mass producing automobiles, the country expanded out. And that's why you have cities, you got major cities spaced out now, vice being right here. So again, the reason why the country looks the way it looks right now is because this map, prior to the invention of the automobile, everything was close. After the invention of the automobile and the popularization of the automobile, everything spaced out, and that's why you got cities that are real spaced out and heavily populated and greater distances. That's why this map is like this. But I digress. The worst state in drug use. Which U.S. states has the worst drug addiction problem? West Virginia, number 4. So Joe Manchin believes that West Virginians are going to take that extra money and buy drugs with it. And they're going to make babies to get the paid time off so they can go hunting. This is your senator.
On drugs. He reportedly worried West Virginians were abusing paid leave, using it to go hunting during deer season. Manchin also takes home $500,000 a year from coal investments, which could have been hit by the legislation. Now, West Virginia is ruby red, voted for Trump by 40 points, but 68% of West Virginians support Biden's Build Back Better plan. And here's...
But he is not going to be primaried. He's not going to be primaried. He's a senator that can get the votes. He's a Democrat senator that can get the votes in Virginia. And there's nothing any Democrat can do about it. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have a 50-50 Senate. The only one that can challenge him is a Republican to go further right than him. So this is why Joe Manchin, we knew he said no. Go back and watch yesterday's post. We knew he said no, but now we know why. We know why because number one, he was never going to say yes. He was never going to say yes. I just showed you that he was never going to say yes. Even though he went out and said, I've been operating in good faith. He was never going to say yes. So he was not operating in good faith. Two, I forgot two. He was never gonna be, I got it. Give me a second. He was never gonna be a yes. Two it was a staffing problem. He blamed it on the staff. Their staff was angry at my staff. They treated my staff bad. They were not civil. His third reason was they are going to use the money in the paid time off to buy drugs and hunt deer. Who does that sound like? More than anybody. Using drugs and hunting deer. Who does that sound like more than anybody? White Southern men. In West Virginia being in the South, technically. White Southern men. They were going to buy drugs and they were going to hunt deer. Black men ain't getting out there and hunt no damn deer. And I doubt a Latino man would too. Not saying that I'm not saying that black and Latino people don't hunt and don't do drugs. I'm just saying the way he talks, it's mostly white men in West Virginia that's gonna smoke it up, shoot it up, snort it up, and go hunt a deer in the same breath. So now we know why Joe Manchin did what he did. His butt was hurt because his staff was treated bad. But he was never going to say yes anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Don't know what the Democrats are going to do now. Maybe they can cut the bill up. Who knows? But they went from 7, 8, 9 trillion dollars down to 3.5. And I can show you a video where he was not going to vote. Look at this. Look at this right here, over off to the side. Manchin, I will not vote for Democrats' $3.5 trillion bill. So it went from 6, 7, 8 trillion down to 3.5, down to 1.7. And he was never going to vote for this. He was never going to vote for this. But he kept saying, I'm going to operate in good faith. Bull crap, he was going to operate in good faith. He lied to the American people. He lied to West Virginians. He lied to the Democrat caucus. He lied to President Joe Biden. He continued to lie, all because he wanted to continue to receive the $500,000 a year in donations from the coal producers in West Virginia, all because he wanted to continue to receive the Republican money that he keeps getting to fund his campaigns. That's why he wants power. This is not President Joe Biden. This is President Joe Manchin. Charlemagne was right when he was interviewing Vice President Kamala Harris, when he was like, who's in charge here? President Biden or President Manchin? And Manchin got the power right now because one senator can stop the whole show. And he did. And you got Republicans out there congratulating him. Go Joe. They love it. They love it. So I'm going to leave it at that, people. Hey, if you stayed this long, I appreciate it. Go ahead and follow me on Facebook. on the Facebook page. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm there. You guys have a great Tuesday. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, I'm out. Y'all take care.